It's a tough day to be a college student. Loan rates doubled today because Congress was unable to come up with a plan to avoid the increase.
Senator Patty Murray and 5 of our Congress members joined students at the UW today, and they are urging lawmakers in D.C. to do something about this. C.R. Douglas was there as well. This is going to affect so many people.
Lots of people across the country, millions in fact, 100,000 here in Washington. That's how many depend on student loans in our state. Now, before today, the rate on a typical loan, 3.4%, but now that has shot up to 6.8%. Now, Patty Murray and other members of Congress here are trying to freeze that low rate until the federal government, which has stalled on this issue, is able to come up with a long-term plan for college loans. Otherwise, they argue, students are going to suffer.
For these students and for millions of families across the country, that is a tax hike of $1,000. That's not fair to students. It is absolutely not good for our economy, and Congress has to act to fix this.
What we are doing is indenturing them to banks for a period of time, and it's just not fair and it's not necessary.
Now, the Republican-led House of Representatives passed a law that would tie student loan rates to the rate of a 10-year government treasury bill plus a premium. Now, that would prevent rates from doubling right away, but that does mean they would fluctuate with the market. There would be a cap, however. Now, supporters of that approach, Republican House approach, say it would get the government out of the rate-setting business, and ironically, that it would actually help with college costs.
As long as we feed cheap, free money to students, there's no control on colleges from raising tuitions because students can still go out and get the loan money.
Now, because most students won't be taking out new loans until college starts this fall, Congress does have some time to act in the next month or so before this financial hit is really felt.
I want to hit on something that Mr. Kirby talked about there. Are we in this situation because money for student loans has been so cheap? The rates have been so low?
Well, there's no actual theory that has proven it, but it does seem like the economic argument is kind of compelling. I mean, this money has been pretty cheap, and it's been given out quite liberally. I mean, almost everyone gets these student loans. Hardly anyone's turned down. So you can see how there's not been a lot of pushback from colleges to raising tuition because all this money's been there. So that is one theory, that student loan rates at such a low level has caused colleges to increase tuition.
How much would it cost to keep the rate at that low 3.4%?
Well, interestingly enough, the government now actually makes a profit off the 3.4% because its borrowing cost is so cheap. That's not going to go on forever. At some point, rates are going to go up, and, you know, you could be underwater. But for now, they are making money, and that's one of the things Patty Murray and the others say today is that, hey, doubling the rate just gets us more money. I mean, we shouldn't be in the business of making a profit off students. We should be in the business of helping them, and that's their argument.
Certainly so, because it's such a burden for them, only getting worse.